game significantly. So thank you so much, Eric, and thanks to the Warriors football team and community. Our third and final presentation today is Peter Amande from Global Youth Forum. And many of you that are in the WhatsApp, the informal WhatsApp group would know Peter for sure, because he's posting regularly about the great work that he's doing with Global Youth Forum. And just for those who don't know, Global Youth Forum is a youth football organization in Kenya seeking to eradicate poverty in all its forms. And one of GYF's activities as a football for the goal member revolves specifically around SDG football tournaments throughout Kenya. And Peter, you all are doing amazing work over there, you specifically, for sure. And we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Over to you.
All right. Are you able to hear me again? I want to double check.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Good.
So really quick one. It is hard to come after players present. Eric and Mary, listening to your stories, that was amazing. And thank you for all the work that you do. Really appreciate it. And really, really great to be sharing a platform with all of you today. So just like Rob have stated, I come from Global Youth Forum, where our main aim is to eradicate poverty in Africa, one home at a time, starting with Kenya. And I love football for the goals because it gave me opportunity to share the local stories, just like Eric have stated. Storytelling is the best way to pass the message across to the world. But I want to pause a second and ask all of us in this particular room today. And the question is, FIFA unites every professional football team or football community across the globe. Who then unites the grassroots communities trying to use football as a tool to champion for the SDGs? And we have to look no further. It is the great initiative called Football for the Goals that gives us now this big opportunity to unite everybody from across the communities and across the globe to use football as a tool to champion for the good. But here is the main thing. I just checked, and we are 1,826 days to 2030, yet only 17% of SDGs are on track. Now, you might be asking yourself, is there an underlying issue here? If there is, as Football for the Goal members, I think we are already a solution. We are coming together to provide a proper solution that can help us achieve the SDGs by 2030. But coming down to Kenya and trying to tie this story together and how we use football as a tool to eradicate poverty is a story. This was just last year, where like in Kenya, you have an employment rate of 2.7 million people. And last year, a young girl, after applying for 500 jobs without success, decided to take her life away. I want you to imagine you being a parent, having sold your land, having sold your resources to take your son or daughter to school, but all you end up with is a young one who is killing themselves. I would be in the same situation if I did not have this unique ball, because I came from a really humble background, but I believe that I did not need so much to like play my football. And we used this ball, and this ball taught me a lot of things. And today, I believe that nothing can stop even the marginalized communities from achieving their goal if they thrive or if they put in the work. So back in this is now I'm taking you now to a little bit of a journey and taking you through to what we are doing in 2025 through to 2030 and beyond. We started an initiative called Football for Peace. Since then, this first tournament attracted 16 teams, and we were only male at this particular time. And it was interesting. So our aim at this stage was to help young people walk away from drugs. Little did we know that it is just more than these drugs. Since then, since we became the member of the Football for the Goals in 2022, we've conducted 15 tournaments, engaging 148 teams, securing support from 51 corporates from across the globe, and just doing that across 4 counties in Kenya. And I will tell you this for sure has been interesting. By partnering with the UN Information Service Nairobi in 2023 to conduct Football for the Goals inaugural tournament was just exciting. And that to us has been like a really good turning point. Now, diving onto the experiences and the journeys and everything that we've done, from Football for Peace Championship to Intercampus Futsal Championship to now Inter-County Football for the Goals Championship. Our aim is to bring 17 male teams and 17 female teams, all scoring goals for the Sustainable Development Goals. And this is how it works for us. And this is how we are aiming now to scale it to probably East Africa and get it to the world. Probably looking to talk to Eric and Mary on how we can synergize and just work together to bring this dream to reality. So how it works, we bring 34 teams, meaning 17 male and 17 female teams, and mobilize probably 17 partners, each representing an SDGs. So all these teams come up with an SDG impact project. So they have to identify an SDG project, think about what they can do to help achieve that particular SDG. Two things that their impact have to do, again, going back to eradicating poverty. One is to create jobs for themselves. Two, to help young people get jobs. And when these two are created, these young people are earning income and probably getting out of poverty. And that is simple how our model works. Now, you might be wondering, out of all this Global Youth Forum, have you created jobs or have you helped other people get jobs? Meet Val, who is now a program officer for Federation of Women Lawyers in Kenya. Throughout, we met Val in 2015, and since then, the experience she has had with Global Youth Forum makes her run programs at FIDA Kenya effectively. Then meet George, who conducted a Football for Peace tournament in Nairobi in 2016 and getting selected for the Global Change Makers program. Now he's a mentor up there. Then meet Justin, who just joined us in 2022, now working with the Save the Children Kenya, applying the skills and earning a bit of income and volunteering at Global Youth Forum. We are all volunteers, but we believe in what we are doing to drive this change. Now, here is an opportunity that is presented to us. I know some of us might have seen the Pact for the Future and all it aims to do, meaning it gives us the roadmap to achieve the 2030 agenda. And now we have the Football for the Goals that unites the football community to help us drive the change. And now what ties it all together is the World Football Day that is coming up, meaning we can all come together, do our things together, and achieve the SDGs. Tying to what Eric said about the stories, when we partnered with the United Nations Information Service, a lot of stories were created for us. All these stories have made our work much easier because we've used the stories to reach out to more partners. And in 2017, Cooperative Bank of Kenya sponsored all the 17 teams. And that tells you the power of storytelling and how it can help us achieve what we do want to achieve. So the Inter-County Football for the Goals Championship aims to eradicate poverty in 340 homes in Kenya. And we cannot do this alone. I think in Kenya, we have 47 counties, and we have just broken our program into 3 stages that runs from 2025 to 2026, 2027, and then in 2028, we have finals. I want you to imagine if it can work in Kenya, we can extend to East Africa, to Europe, and even to Asia, where we can be hosting a world's largest Football for the Goals Championship, raising resources to support our members. And every year we gather and kick the ball, just like Rob stated, there is something coming up in the US. So look at that opportunity that we all have, starting from local to national and then to global level. Now, when we complete our project, what will success look like? Well, we aim to work with these teams to establish 17 SDG impact projects, create job opportunities for young people, 340, and for every goal scored, we aim to plant 3 fruit trees. I think everybody will love that. So this one is exciting. a time I spoke with some young people and they don't know about the SDGs. How can we mobilize people to know about these SDGs? In 2023, this is what we had, where people were signing up this board, but then moving it around was really, really tough. We came up with an idea of a billion signature ball, a ball that moves around, people sign the ball, and they make commitments and learn about the SDGs. At now, the ball stands at 1,004 signatures. Maybe we need to get the ball to the General Assembly. But the UN resident coordinator, Mr. Steve, have signed the ball. So with this ball, we aim to get more people to create awareness and to create the stories. But what have we achieved since we started this planning for the May tournament? 204 teams signed up. We are now recruiting 34 teams, and we have 17 ambassadors for this particular event coming up. How can you then support us? You can help us brand the teams. You can sponsor tournament equipment or collaborate with us to support tournament equipment. You can help us capacity build these young people to come up with SDG project and implement them. Obviously, we can always work together to achieve all this, because together, just like Mary and Eric have stated, we can only do this together. But I want you to imagine the world's largest charity tournament hosted annually by the Football for the Goals members to drive action for the SDGs. I look forward to that day when we can all work together to help eradicate poverty across Africa. And that's our number, that's our email. Happy to connect with you. As they say, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is success, keeping together is progress, but working together is success. Thank you all for listening.
Great. Thank you so much, Peter. I mean, I think you all can see the enthusiasm and the results-oriented approach that Peter has is really amazing. And I think that's one of those stories at the local level. It is a great one to tell. I mean, as he indicated, it's an all-volunteer network that he's put together, focusing on getting the engagement, getting the participation, and then getting the impact at the end in demonstrating what some of those folks who have participated and worked with Peter have done that have been part of the Global Youth Forum. In that engagement. And again, if you talk about global and local, global agenda, but the things are happening at the local level, and it's truly happening in Kenya in this case. And the other thing I wanted to mention that I'm really glad you raised, Peter, is the work you did with the UN Information Service in Nairobi. I mean, it's basically the extension of our office that is in Nairobi, but these offices are global. And we have roughly 60 of these information services and information centers that are directly linked to us, the Department of Global Communications. But in country presence, we saw the resident coordinator there with the ball near the end of Peter's presentation. Those are present in 134 countries around the world. So we have these local folks who are present and who want to participate. Part of their job is to work with civil society, private sector, and others. And they're very enthusiastic always about working with the football community because they recognize, as well as we do, the power of sport and the power of football, to drive the change at the local level and get engagement on the SDGs, and particularly with young people. So that's an important point that I'm glad it came up, because we can make that connection. I mean, that's one of the things that we try to emphasize, is that we're here in the